Quality parenting is like driving a manual transmission engine. You are not just going to stick your gear in D and drive places. That's not how it works. For those of you who learned how to drive using a manual stick, or what we call stick, you know what I'm talking about. You have to pay attention. You can't just stick it in one gear and drive and drive and drive until you want to stop. That's not how it works. You have to pay attention depending on where you're traveling. If you're going up a mountain, there's a gear you have to pick. If you're descending into a valley, there's a way you have to engage your gear. As the driver, you just really need to pay attention and be in sync with the car. You listen to the sound of the car to make decisions depending on how fast you're going or how slow you're going, how high you're climbing, how low you're descending. All these things feed your senses and you're able to make a decision. Now, if you fail to switch into the right gear, your car will just perish. Some people will just burn all their gas and burn their clutch because they've stayed too long in one gear and the car is not really moving anywhere. So it slows them down. That's exactly how parenting is like. You can't be inactive. You have to stay active. You have to pay attention to different seasons to know when to drop your gear all the way down to the first gear and when to increase the speed, add some pace, fire on the gas, and move fast. That's the way parenting goes. Okay, Thomas, so what do you mean practically? What I really mean is you can't just send your child to the school, drop your child off at the daycare, and hope for the greatest miracle to happen. That's not how it works. You can't relinquish your responsibility as a parent to the teacher who is in charge of God knows how many children. You can't take your child to the Sunday school and expect the child to grow up, really understand what it means to be godly, and have reverence toward God. It doesn't work like that. It's your responsibility. Every little thing you do outside of your domain is only to help you. So even if you're sending your child to the daycare, to the school, you have to still carve out time to sit with your child when they're back from school, examine them, pay attention to how they're growing, what input is going inside them, and how it's going to inform whatever output you're going to receive. So there's nothing like an inactive parent. Parenting, in and of itself, puts you in a place where you need to be active. If you're not doing that, I'm sorry, you're not parenting. And we live in a world that is full of that, full of parents who account for their parenting by, well, I send my child to the daycare, it costs this much, it's a very expensive school. I'm sorry. How much you pay for your child's daycare or education is not equal to parenting or being a parent. So, if you're a parent, please take a moment and examine yourself. Are you shifting the gears? Are you involved? Are you actively playing your role, taking responsibility? Or are you just hoping that the money you threw at the daycare center, the Sunday school teacher who spends an hour, at most 2 hours with your child, is going to bring the world out of them? No. You want your children to have reverence toward God, it's your responsibility to sit down with them at home and instruct them in the way of the Lord. You teach them the Bible. You instruct their hearts. You guard them toward godliness. It's nobody else's responsibility. That's what parenting means.